Hi everyone, it's your boy Zach, and I'm getting, I guess, like the audio version of being photobombed by a bunch of birds. It was totally quiet until I started recording, and like all the birds started chirping. So anyway, the market just closed for the day, and it was a good day. It was a good day. It was a really good day. It was better in the morning, you know. You know it's good when you wake up to texts from other texts, texts, texts from other people with the same stock. And they're like, check the market. It's like, okay, it's good, but it's also like an out. This isn't our first rodeo. We know it can spike up at the beginning of the day and it can crash. 2 p.m., let me know how it is. So it started off and it went really high and then it kind of settled. And it was still a very, very good day. Now, this is a stock that I've had for a while that's done really good. And then it's Tesla. I hate blind items. There's this comic pro who talks entirely in blind items, and it drives me insane. This is not a recommendation because this isn't a financial advice channel. This is a reverse entropy financial discussion channel. So we're not talking about what, stocks to pick. I'm just mentioning one that I have. Buy it or don't buy it. I don't care. But it was a good day. And it was a good day after a while of it being flat. Now it's just a day. Some people say, how often should I check my portfolio? And I say, that often. How often do you check it? That often. I have friends who check it once a quarter. I had a time when things were really exciting last year. I was checking it several times a day. Now I'd say, 4 times a week, maybe. It's just, this is a whole nother topic, but the media is corrupt. The media is biased. So for the first half of a year of the Biden presidency, we were constantly told how great everything was. And all my investor friends are like, yeah, no, this sucks. This sucks. You can actually look at my portfolio graph, like, what do you call it? Do a screenshot where you can't see the dates, and you can literally see like the moment Biden was elected. But it was a general trend for the entire market. So it wasn't just this stock, but the stock was really, really good last year. So I had literally like a crisis of faith, like about 3 weeks ago. And I was like, I'm tired of this. Like, it's just flattened out. Like, I'm going to get rid of it. And of course, I talked to like one friend. He's like, what the hell? He's like, oh, you scared? You scared? It's like, this is the game. This is the game. You buy stuff. Nobody complains when things do, quote, too good. People complain when things go too bad or they just flatten out because you're like, well, if I would have had that money in something else. Now, I do have a lot of mutual funds, and that's, if this were a financial advice channel, which it isn't, I say mutual funds. I like mutual funds. That's the best. You start young, you put in mutual funds, the magic of compound interest, you're going to be a millionaire. It's not even going to be an issue. But stocks are interesting to me, and the way I pick stocks which at first was just kind of pell-mell and willy-nilly. It was just asking friends, what stocks do you have? And they'd like list a couple. I go, no, I want to know every single stock you have. And then I would buy them, and it was very frustrating because I didn't know, like I didn't even know what half of these things were. I would ask them, and then they'd explain, and I would get bored or distracted. And so you're just sitting there, you're just like, come on, 3 random letters that have, I don't know what you are. Oh, you went up, good. You went down, that's bad, I think, I don't know. So what eventually I did is I understand what all of my different mutual funds are. I understand, what sector they cover or what type they are. And they've been quite good. But with my stocks, it was just crazy. And eventually I pared it down to a bunch of stuff that I know. Like when I look at my stock, I don't wonder what that is. I basically got a bunch of mutual funds, and then I got EV, electric vehicles, and I got batteries for electric vehicles. Why? Because everyone drives cars. People are moving to electric. It's going to become, mandatory in some places, or highly encouraged, as gas will be highly discouraged. And it's, the wave of the future. It's also just good. Like, I know what it is. I see the charging stations. I see the cars. I see more of the cars over the time. I see, the reaction of people. Like, it's something I understand. When you say I believe in it, sounds kind of too flowery. I like it. I understand it. and it's going to grow. It's going to grow too much sometimes and flatten out too much, but the overall arc is going to be good. There's going to be more and more electric vehicles. Tesla's a good company. This is not a recommendation. But like, there's no part of it where I don't understand it or I feel bad. Now, I did feel bad of about 6 months of the stock being flat, but I wasn't complaining when it rose too much, you know, quote, too much last year. So what I'm trying to say is buy stocks where you know what they are, and not like you have to think about it, not like you need to remind. Like when you see the abbreviation, you know exactly what that is right away. Now you might say, no, that's kind of obvious. Well, it wasn't obvious for me. I had to learn the hard way. I mean, I didn't lose money, but I didn't make much, and it was just like a mess. I'd go to my portfolio, it's just 40 different stocks. I don't know what half of this stuff is. Now I've got it really pared down. I think I have maybe 8 individual stocks, and the rest is, you know, I have 5 different mutual funds, and I'm good with it right now. I like having a portfolio that I understand, where the stuff is that I like, and the idea is that things are going to get tough, and if you crack and you sell, you know, especially if it's lost or breaking even, you just wasted your time. You hold on, you hold fast when things are tough, because you know it's good. The thing I would always say to myself is like, these stocks you didn't pick randomly. These ones you researched and spoke to people, and you weren't complaining when things are good. So just hold fast when things are bad. And when you actually like it, you know, and you understand the cycle of it. If these were those just random stocks that I didn't really understand, first of all, I wouldn't have put a lot of money into them, but it would be really, really hard. It's like, I don't even like electric vehicles, and I don't see anyone buying them. Like, what? This whole thing's going to collapse. It's like, no, it's good. Their sales were good. Everything's fine. You know, it's corrections. Things go up and down. It's a cycle. There's a whole lot of other factors going on in the world right now. You got Delta variant. You got all this kind of stuff. Buy stocks. This is my opinion. It's not advice. Buy stocks that you don't want to sell. Buy stocks that when you sell, you're like, why am I selling? No, I'm holding on to it. I'll go take, Grant Cardone said one thing. He goes, 3 times a year I go flat broke. Like, I have no cash. I just run out of stuff because I got everything invested in. Like, Tesla, I don't want to sell it. You know what I mean? Like, because I know in 10, 20, 30, 40 years, it's going to be massive. Why would I sell it? I have, you know, income to live off of. So, you know, buy stuff that you want to buy more of, so that if you got some cash and it dips, which I bought a ton of, you know, stock X, unnamed stock that I've already named because I hate blind items. I bought a ton last year when everything dipped because I was like, I know this stuff is good. So that's one of the exciting things, is it's kind of like your stock either goes up and you make a lot of money, or it goes down and, hey, there's a great sale on a legitimately good stock. That's how all these people, all the people that I know that got super rich, you know, right after Trump got elected and the market was very good, it was stocks they bought like 10 years earlier, you know, when they had the collapse, and it was like a really good. I remember reading one book, and I was like irate. It was pretty good, solid financial advice. I loaned it out. I still haven't gotten it back. And the guy was always bragging about, I was a millionaire at 30. I was a millionaire at 30. He's showing like these basic principles. He's like, have a side hustle. Do editing for your friends' blogs. I'm like, bro, it's going to be like $250 a month. How are you a millionaire? And then like way at the end of the book, he goes, and let me show you what stocks I bought. And it was like Facebook, Google, Tesla, Amazon. And he bought them all like the first year they came out. I was like, you motherfucker. I just read a 300-page book, and your secret to getting rich is you bought frickin' Facebook the first year. Like, that's not anything. So I did not get in on the first year. I got in on another one. But again, and I was doing real good. Again, it was something I understood. Oh, God, it was Roblox. Fine. This is going to be like the worst channel ever if I just do blind items. So a lot of my friends who they don't know about video games, they didn't understand Roblox. And it's like, no, you don't understand. It's not a video game. It's like their entire life is to be on Roblox. But these people, they don't have kids, so they didn't understand that concept. I was like, you don't have nieces? You know what I mean? Or nephews? Like you thought it's just a video game? you probably think Tesla is just a car company. No, these things, like, you actually have to, I wouldn't say like emotional attachment to this, but you have to know it and have some familiarity besides just, going to Market Watch or whatever and researching it for 15 minutes or even an hour. So the point on this non-advice channel is buy stuff that you understand, that you don't want to sell. That when times are tough, you can be like, I know it's a good decision. I did not just, pick this out of a hat. Like, I actually researched, like real research, not just reading, talking to people who own the product, use the service, you use the service, you use the product, you've used it for a while, you understand it. That would be my advice if I gave it, which I don't. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye.